Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 original SNES cart review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Starwing, which is also called Starfox if you live in the US or Canada. At the start you can push start and then basically you've got a little section here where you can fly around and test controls out. So like this, the controls are underneath and you can just like fly around if you want to get used to the controls, or you can change the controls if you want to. Personally I like the standard controls. Then you push start and you can either go into training or go into the game. At the game you've got a choice of 3 different things. Basically you can go on to level 1, level 2 or level 3. That's basically the difficulty of the game. The middle path is the easiest, the left path is a little bit harder and the right path is also much harder. You might be able to notice that there is actually one of the levels that isn't on a path. Well, that's because it is actually the black hole and it's a secret level, so you have to find your way to get in there. But other than that, you can play through all of the levels if you want to, which is really damn good. At the start you get story and the likes, and well, basically your mission, which is always the same thing: destroy enemies and destroy a boss. So you don't really need to see it, you can just skip it. Then you get this scramble thing where like it's got really good music, to be fair, so I'll shut up for a little bit. But anyway, other than that, it's not actually, well, it's unskippable and it's nothing important. It's just something that try and build up the atmosphere, I believe. Usually I don't do this, but I'm actually going to do it now. You may notice that the screen size is absolutely tiny. Well, I like to show exactly what you're going to be getting from the game, but at the same time I want people to at least be able to see the game. So the good thing about having a good TV is you can zoom the screen in a little bit like that. So it's still not filling up the screen, but it is a little better. This is basically an on-rail shooter. It's pretty much like a shoot 'em up, but obviously it's in a bit of a 3D environment and you can move up, down, left and right and the likes. You've got your friendly ships over there, which are in other R-Wings, and you can shoot and destroy them, so you want to be careful about that because, well, you get bad marks for it pretty much, and they also come in handy. There's rings like that, which will basically, you'll fly through them and you can get energy. There's also a ring which is, I believe, it's a checkpoint ring. It doesn't say a checkpoint, but it is the blue one, and every time I've went through it, I've managed to spawn there when I've died. So I'm assuming it's a checkpoint ring. Other than that though, you've got standard stuff, like you've got a button to fire, you've got a button to use bombs with, you've got a button to brake with, you've got a button to speed up with. You can do barrel rolls by hitting the shoulder buttons really quickly, and that actually comes in handy because it can sometimes deflect shots from your enemies, so it's a good, well, it's a good defensive thing. You can get upgrades for your weapons, so you can get like twin lasers, and then you can get, after twin lasers, you can get like a bolt, a plasma bolt type thing, which is really good. If you've ever played Lilac Wars, this is basically the same game, but other than flying in a Landmaster or getting to walk as Peppy in one of the secret things after you unlock them obviously, or getting to fly around to fight the bosses, then this is all on rails. You all the time you're in the R-Wing. Unfortunately you can't go into the cockpit view unless you're on certain missions, and I don't know why that is. Otherwise you can bring the camera closer to you, but that's about that. But basically it's the same game as Lilac Wars, so you fly around shooting enemies and you've got a boss. You can collect bombs, which are these here. These are just basically what you do to get an extra bomb. You can collect, as I said, the plasma upgrades and the like. So you want to be basically, it's those things there which I've just hit for the bombs, but it'll have 2 little of the lasers on it. So I don't really know what type of shape it is that I'm firing. I suppose it looks a bit like a kite, so it'll have 2 of those kites in it. So it'll signify that you're getting a laser upgrade. Other than that though, I don't really know what else there is to have to say to you, because as I say, it's just an on-rail shooter, so it's pretty much like any shoot 'em up out there. You fly at the end of the level, you fight a boss. So I'll shut up for a few seconds and let you listen to the actual in-game music, because the other thing was just like a starting screen type thing. There we go then, that's a bit of the music. In the bottom left you'll notice the shield, which is basically your energy. In the top right you've now got the enemy's energy, because this is one of the bosses. In the top left you've got your life limit. In the bottom right you've got like, the blue bar is just basically how much you can boost and brake and the likes, and you've got to wait for it to fill before you can do it, but otherwise it's an infinite thing. And just above that you've got how many bombs you've got. But these are basically the standard bosses. There's sections that you'll have to blow off before you can kill it. Each one will have different weaknesses, so you have to look for them. So that's that then. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.